my lovely wrestling fans. It is Kata from wrestling-infos.de here, and with me are Icarus and Dover from the tag team Arrows of Hungary. Hey, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
How was 2022 so far for you?
Actually, it was really good. I mean, comparing that a lot of people can't wrestle now, and there's a lot of events got canceled because of the restrictions. I think we, as the Arrows of Hungary tag team, we just totally maxed out the opportunities of wrestling. And since we're still WXW tag team champions, I think like this year is still one of the best in our career. So actually, we're happy, we're healthy, and we hope everybody is happy and healthy who's listening to us right now.
Yeah, like actually we are in a pretty good place at the moment because we are working for WXW, which is really frequent. And also we have a lot of wrestling in Hungary. So it's comparing to the situation of COVID, we are doing pretty good.
Speaking of, how is your promotion, Hungarian Championship Wrestling, doing in this pandemic?
Actually, I'm just starting. Like, also we started a new promotion last year called Passion Pro. So right now we had like two promotions which made shows last year. So also we work for HCW. And we started our own promotion, which is Passion Pro, which had already 3 shows. And we have the 4th one in the 10th of April in Budapest. So wrestling in Hungary was pretty all right during COVID.
Shows heavily restricted, or is it like Germany, in Germany?
It depends. So we have like a limit for the audience, like how many people can sit down. Oh, it's my cat. So at the moment, as far as I know, like under 500 seated people can go to any kind of events. Only they have to wear a mask, and of course they have to be vaccinated. But I think that's all of the restrictions. So luckily HCW and also Passion Pro can run shows, and like we run between like 300 and 500 people. So actually that's pretty good.
Sounds good. And pandemic aside, do you see a development in the Hungarian wrestling scene since you two started out wrestling?
Absolutely. Of course, when we started wrestling in Hungary, we were pretty green. Like we didn't know anything about the profession. So we just started like very low quality shows in Hungary. And of course, it's changed a lot. Like since we learned how to wrestle, and we had a lot of students who also learned how to wrestle, then like it caused a lot of progression in this past 10 or 12 years already, 11, 12 years. So of course, wrestling in Hungary made a huge progression, huge.
And you have a wrestling school as well, as you said. What is important to you to teach your students?
Yeah, we have a dojo, and it's a reason why we call it as a dojo, because it's definitely taking a look and taking care about like the studies, like even Sprachprüfungs, also like driving license. So basically everything what they need to know to be a decent and proper adult later, we're taking care of them. So for example, we're taking care of like their university applications, but also they can train in Dover's powerlifting gym as well. So we connect basically everything. So they're not just becoming like proper professional wrestlers, but also proper human beings, which is, I think, super important.
Sounds interesting. Which wrestler can we expect to be the next breakout star coming from your wrestling school? I mean, anyone we should keep an eye on?
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the reasons we founded Passion Pro, because we wanted to showcase our talent with a lot of international talent as well. So we'd like to show Europe our very best talent from Hungary. And of course, if I just have to name some guys, like there is Peter Tihany, who is also working for WXW already. There is of course Gulas Jr., who's still working for WXW. Also, there is Eva Kolaski, who is currently the women champion of WXW. And we have a lot of new guys who are like never worked in Germany, I guess, or just for some shows, and like Maverick, BT, a lot of guys, but I'm sure that you guys will see them in the upcoming month. So if you guys follow Passion Pro, you will see the very best guys from Hungary, and you can see a lot of new talent and new faces and new stuff. So keep an eye on Passion Pro, because that's one of the main goals, to show these guys to Europe.
So will you stay local with your shows, or do you want to travel around Europe? I mean, when it's possible again?
At the moment, we will stay, but for future plans, we will definitely would like to cover all the East European region, because like in Romania, Slovakia, Czech Republic, there's a lot of opportunities, but it's a lot of work, but we're definitely on it. And we have a really strong support from WXW, which we're super thankful. And I'm pretty sure we're going to figure something out so we can spread the word and show some quality wrestling, some quality shows to the people everywhere.
Cool. Yeah, speaking of starting wrestling, except Malachi Black, who influenced your career and your wrestling style the most?
Our wrestling style? It's interesting. I would say there were a lot of people who had an effect on our attitude and on our personalities, which led into our in-ring style. So I would say that one of the best guys who ever taught anything to us was Gabriel Ingerfire from the Netherlands. He was the very first professional we met, like 10 years ago, and he immediately got us under his wings, and he really taught the very basics to us. So I would really say that Gabriel Ingerfire had a huge impact on us.
Yeah, definitely. Also, then later we met Tenkwa, also from the Netherlands, and later Tommy and Malachi Black became our head trainer. So we started to polishing our stuff with him. And later during the years, we went to a lot of seminars. Basically, we became like seminar addicts. So from Nigel McGuinness to Sami Zayn to Gangrel to Tom Pritchard to Mike Bailey, Walter, we met a lot of people. We got a lot of feedbacks, and slowly we started to polishing our style. And the main issue, I think, nowadays for wrestlers, that they can't find their own identity. And I know it's super hard, but that was also basically our journey as well, to find who we really are, because there's two different things, like who you want to be and who you really are. But I think we definitely found ourselves a few years ago, and now we just keep grinding and pushing, and we just want to showcase like what the Hungarian fire is all about.
So do you have idols as well, or did you pull most about from your cultural background? I mean, especially your gear is such an eye catcher. I mean, your mask and vest. What is the meaning behind that?
That is a traditional Hungarian mask, and also the whole gear is a traditional Hungarian. I wouldn't say demons, because they. So back in the days when we were fighting against the Turkish Empire, people dressed in these masks to act like demons, to protect the city and to scare the hell out of the enemy. So that's actually what we're doing as well. We dress like demons, act like monsters, and scare the hell out of our enemies and our opponents. So that's a traditional Hungarian stuff.
Yeah, basically we just got everything from our cultural footprints. So even the vests are like classical royal soldier vest. It's called hussar. The mask are the bushel mask. You can find these kind of like footprints even in like Austrians and Croatian roots, because they were common. So we try to put everything into our stuff that is like super Hungarian, because that's what makes us special. That this part of the world is kind of still hidden, but it's a gem, and that's why we call it also the heart of Europe, because we are in the middle of Europe.
Does in the arrows in your name has something to do with it as well? I mean, arrow, heart. I see a connection, or
yeah, like at like 2,000 years ago, in the very past, we have some like historical how should I say, historical stories about the ancient Hungarians, like riding horses and throwing arrows backwards, and the whole Europe feared actually the arrows of Hungary. So that's why we picked the name Arrows of Hungary, because that was a thing back then, that Hungarians were like throwing arrows backwards. So that's also a traditional stuff.
So do your names, Dova and Icarus, also have to do with this?
No, sadly not. I mean, we were way too young when we started wrestling, and we didn't figure it out earlier that this should be our thing. So when we started in Hungary, we could stand out with some catchy names, and because if we would start now, we would definitely use some ancient Hungarian names. Like totally, we also thought about it like a million times, but I think it's way too late now, because we already built up a brand, so everybody knows it's now Dover and Icarus. They have nothing to do with Hungarian. One is like American, and the other one is like from Greek mythology, so not at all. But it is what it is. I mean, we try to like at least do in our gear or in our in-ring style, going after our forefathers, because there's a lot of famous Hungarian wrestlers like Tibor Szakács, Zoltán Boschik, Lutez. So there's a lot of influence that we can like totally apply in our in-ring and basically in our personalities.
You said you met real young. You met in your childhood, right? You were friends for a long time.
With who?
You too. I mean, you too.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, like we. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, actually, we grew up together. So we lived in the same house, actually, and we went to the same school, and we did everything together, actually. So like since I was like 7 and Icarus was like 8, like we spent like every free time together. So like that was a long time ago.
Yeah, almost 25 years now. So yeah, we're a real team.
And what makes a good team? The time together or the connection in different way?
A lot of
Yeah,
things.
I think
I would say, yeah. Go for it.
yeah, it's like we have a lot of common things together, but also a lot of different differences in our personalities. But I think the main thing in our chemistry is that we truly accept each other to be the way we are, and be always very honest to each other, and we have a pretty good chemistry because like we know what things we have in common and what are the things that we have a very different opinion or whatever, but it's pretty all right like that, I guess.
One question about meeting. Did you meet through your passion for wrestling, or hello cat, or did you form the interest together? I mean, were you interested in wrestling before you two met, and or did you just start out to be interested in wrestling together?
Basically, we figured out everything together. So we just played with a PlayStation game, and we were like, oh, okay, this is real. Like, how can people do these actions? Like, is it for real? And we just started to search it on it, and we figured out, oh yeah, this is real. And from that point, we got totally hooked. And yeah, we just went into it. And of course, we were starting doing things in our kids' room and all this stuff. But we were so young, like nobody took us serious, of course. And later, we also both became musicians. So basically, our life path is the same. And then later, when we were in our 20s, a new opportunity just came in Hungary, like, okay, let's start pro wrestling again and just bring it back, because pro wrestling was really big in the 40s back in Hungary. But during all the regimes, it got banned out. So we had to rebuild it. And we just basically, with some of our newly became friends, we found everybody in Hungary who were interested in pro wrestling. So we started together in 2010, and it's still going on pretty well. So we started this as well together.
So to the point now, you won the WXW World Tag Team Championship. How important was this title win for you?
We were like grinding for these titles for 7 years, and also we were grinding to be a part of WXW because that's the very best place right now in Europe. So we were since we met Gabriel Angel Fire and Tommy Ann, we always knew that we have to be in WXW because that's the ultimate goal as a professional wrestler in Europe. So that was a huge accomplishment and a huge positive feedback to our attitude and to our work ethic, I guess, because like if we ever done something, so let's go back. So it was a very big positive feedback that what we've done in the past was for a reason and it worth it. So that was a very big ultimate goal to us, actually.
Okay, and what are your other goals in wrestling? Like, where do you want to travel? Who do you want to face?
Oh, basically, we would like to go everywhere, and we're super happy to face anyone because we just love pro wrestling. It's not about persons and places. It's all about the wrestling itself, and it's all about the fans, the crowd, to enjoy what we do, because this is magic. You can't compare anything to professional wrestling, and we just want to spread the word, and especially for tag team wrestling, which is the most difficult and the most beautiful thing in this business, and it needs to have a bigger recognition, and that's our main goal. That's our identity. We are tag team professional wrestlers, and we just want to spread the word, and we just want to showcase the very best tag team wrestling on the world.
Okay, looking to Carat, you just accepted the challenge from Fast Time Moodo and Stephanie Mays. What can we expect?
Fight. That's gonna be a lot of very hard action, because yes, of course they are legit fighters from a very serious fighting background, but I would say that we are the representation of tag team wrestling. So if anybody wanna take those titles from our shoulders, they have to work for it. So we're not gonna give it easy. We're not gonna give it easy. So we did everything to have those titles for 7 years. So whatever will be, but we're gonna do everything to keep it, no matter what.
Then a quick detour. First thought, who will win the 16 Carat Gold event? The tournament.
Okay, that's a hard one. I mean, we still don't know every participant, as far as I know, because in Bielefeld there will be a show, right? There will be also an extra. From first point of view, I would say Beef Buszczyk, because like he just returned to the scene and he's on fire. I mean, my personal favorite is Jonathan Gresham because of the technical background, and I'm like a super huge technical fan. But I just feel Beef's fire so well in my heart that I'm also rooting for him. And it's not because like he's the most famous or whatever. I just feel his fire, and he's free now, and he's just living his second big fire, and I'm just rooting for him.
Yeah, but also I would be very happy if a very young talent would win Carat, and I'm sure if let's say someone will win Carat who is pretty green or like very young, like his career would like go like this, and it would be also super interesting to see that. So I don't really have a pick for this year. Like in the past years, there were like a lot of very well-known guys in Carat. Also, we have very big names, but I think that's the first year when so many young talents in Carat. So I think anybody who will be in the Carat, they would do their very best, and they will put a very good show for Carat.
What are you looking for the most in this Carat weekend? It's I don't know, how many did you participate or see?
I mean, personally, I'm looking forward to be with my friends again, because truly, like in professional wrestling, your true family is your colleagues, because nobody else can understand the same struggle, the same goals, what you're looking for, and what you had to experience during the years. And basically our real family are those guys, and it's going to be amazing to spend not just 1 day or 2 days together, but like 4 or 5. So basically I'm looking for that.
To be honest, I really want to see a very high level quality wrestling, because we're always criticizing ourselves, our students, and every wrestling match. And I really want to be there, watch the Carat matches, and I want to say like, oh yes, yes, very good, very, oh wow. So this is what I really want to see, because for the very big names and professional guys, and also for the very hungry young talents, there are going to be a lot of good matchups and pair-offs. So I'm expecting a very high quality wrestling.
Okay. I wanted to ask a question. I just forgot it. Second, I need to collect my thoughts. It's late. Okay. I totally forgot. Oh yeah, what is after 16 Carat Gold for you? Is there any big events you're looking forward to?
Passion Pro.
Yes,
of course.
The 4th Passion Pro show in April. Yes.
Is there any talent yet you want to share with us? Like, who do you?
We didn't like we just announced the show 2 weeks ago, but in the very past, on the past shows, we had Axel Tischer, we had Tristan Archer, we had Senza Volto, we had Aigle Blanc, we had like, who was like half of the WXW team.
True.
Worked there, and we really want to top the card every event we have. So
yes,
always new names, always big names. So we really want to try to create something like an all-star of Europe, something like that. So so yeah, the very best guys.
And also it's free on YouTube, so everybody can watch it. All the events are free on YouTube with English commentary, with Dave Bradshaw's amazing voice, amazing storytelling, so everybody can enjoy it. And just basically that's our mission, to bring the joy and share this joy with everyone, because wrestling is pure fun. Anybody can join anytime because there's no strict storylines. It's just amazing fun matches, amazing upcoming new talents. So we just kind of recommend it enough to everyone to go for it. Search on Passion Pro.
And also last time we had fans coming from Italy, coming from Austria, and coming from very different places, because Budapest has a very good airport, and if you are like quick enough, you can find very good flight tickets, like very cheap. Like also from Berlin, you can find flight tickets for like 30 euros and stuff like that. So if you come to Hungary from Berlin, let's see, you spend like 30 euros for a plane ticket. You spend like another 30 euros for a room, and you can spend like, let's say, 20 euros for a ticket, and you had a great wrestling weekend, seeing a very good show. So it's very cheap, very easy to come. We don't have any very strict restrictions, so it's pretty good to be in Hungary right now. So if you want to come over from Germany or from Austria on the 10th of April to watch Passion Pro, just check out the options. It's really easy and it's pretty fun.
Okay, perfect ending to your interview. But I have one last question. What's your cat's name?
So, okay, she's a lady. She's called Vesta, like the Vesta Virgins in Greek mythology. And this young lad is called Gaston, like the main villain from Beauty and the Beast in the Disney cartoons. And they are like brother and sister. They are Sphinx cats, the best ever.
Cute. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my question. It has been fun talking to you. And to everybody watching, be sure to check out our other interviews heading into the 16 Carat Gold weekend. See you next time. Ciao.
See you.
Danke.